So very good evening everyone. I'm Dr. Sneha Nair and today I'll be discussing with you guys what exactly is implant and what immediate implants are, and I'll be sharing the presentation with you guys, and I'll be sharing few cases so that it will be very clear for you when as to we can do implants, immediate implants, and when it has been contraindicated. So I'll just give the details of my group as well, the IDS group which is on WhatsApp, so you guys can join so that any further classes, if we have webinars, then you can join. We'll give the links there. So guys, I hope you can see the screens now. So it says Implant Series 2020. So I welcome you all once again for the and here's the detail. So if you are willing to join the WhatsApp group, so you will be updated. So just note that this number down, and you will be updated whenever the next webinar is. Okay, so I'll start the presentation in a bit. So here in this image you can see, so the post extraction they have placed this implant and then they'll suture it and wait for osseointegration. So there are some rules as to when you can perform an immediate implant placement and when it has been contraindicated. So let's go to that table now so that it will be clear for you guys as to when you can do it and when it has been contraindicated. In all the cases you can't. Usually it is divided into two types, that is flap and flapless, and then it depends how many months it takes and when you can place it. So there are a few points which you can understand here, that what is the key surgical factor in immediate post extraction placement. Then even this point, is it immediate implant placement possible in a molar extraction, molar site? So here in this image you can understand the months which has been required for placement of immediate implant. So if an immediate implant extraction is restored with an immediate provisional prosthesis, normally using a flapless technique. So we'll understand this term, what is flapless technique. The definitive prosthesis may be fitted after only 3 months once osseointegration has taken place. So here you can completely understand that after the osseointegration, that is minimum 3 months, after that you can do the immediate prosthesis. So here you can understand with the help of flow chart, it becomes really easy. So here you can read, you can understand there are two types, flap and flapless. So it differs from being submerged to immediate to submerged transmucosal and immediate provisional restoration. So it differs with the time, it differs with the amount of months which has been required. So now I'll be discussing some cases with you guys so that you can have a better image. So in this case, in this first image, you can see in the case 1, so it is in the second premolar region. So what they have done, you can see more than half of the tooth is distorted. So what they have done is they have extracted the teeth, and then you can see immediate implant placement. Immediate implant placement has been done, and here you can see the image of the radiograph, and this is the continuation of the first case, that is they have sutured it now, and later they have placed, first they will be placing the temporary prosthesis, and accordingly after 3 to 4 months they will be placing the permanent one, permanent implant. So this is the second case. Here also you can see in the second premolar region, see the tooth, see the tooth, see the x-ray here, see the image, and then here you can see. So there would have been a discussion with the doctors as well as with the patient, whether that patient wants to keep the teeth or no, and it is pretty obvious that they have decided, because the teeth has been distorted, so they have extracted the teeth here, and you can see that in this image you can see they have placed the implant immediately. So definitely this, you know, after this you can see this sutures have been placed, and initially they'll be placing the temporary ones and then the permanent ones accordingly, whether it is 2 months, 4 months. So this is the continuation of the second case. You can see the sutures, you can see the radiograph images here, and in the end you can see the end result. So this is the difference between implant and obviously a prosthesis like RPD or FPD, because you can see the perfection here. And the best part is that you're not, you know, it is a minimally invasive technique. You're not, you know, touching the abutment teeth. That's the best part. So you're saving other teeth as well accordingly, and you're placing an implant. And most often, you know, patients choose implant unless and until they have any sort of, you know, systemic diseases. If they have systemic diseases like diabetes, or if they are been contraindicated, if they have hypertension and asthma, if they have such disease or some blood disorder, so they will be contraindicated, so they will be opting with some other treatment. But here we are talking about the cases which is okay, the patients who can go for immediate implants. We are talking about that especially right now. So in the third case you can see immediate post extraction placement with immediate prosthetic treatment in the aesthetic region. So what does aesthetic region means? In the anterior region. So here you can see a patient with the central incisor. There is the distortion of the central incisor, and they have decided to extract the teeth and get the implants done. So it is not like you can do any other treatment, and obviously the doctors and the patient would have decided for that. So you can see immediate implant placement have been done, and there is no contraindications as such. Okay, so this is a continuation. The implant has been placed, and here you can see the clotting, and here you can see later they have placed the implant and they have placed the prosthesis accordingly, and they are checking whether it looks perfect or no. So here you can see extraction using a flapless method. So this one is a flapless case. Usually they use the flapless case only. So this is also the continuation. You can see the image here, how it looks like, how perfect it looks like. And you can see the results as well. Okay. So here is the image, how it looks like, and this is the post-operative radiograph which has been taken. So clearly you can see the aesthetic issue which was there, that has been solved, and here you can see perfectly it is parallel and it is placed at the, like, you know, perfectly it has been placed, the implant. So the fourth case we are going here, it says gap filling prior to immediate post extraction implant placement with immediate application of prosthesis. So what does that mean, and which teeth is it including? Let's see that. So in the fourth case also they are talking about the central incisor here and how. Let's understand that. So here in this image, the F image, you can concentrate here. You can see the tooth was fractured, and that's the reason they have extracted it. You can see in the B, that is radiograph image as well, that it was distorted, it was fractured and broken. So they decided to extract it and do the implant. And as to why they have done the immediate implant, let's find out. So here you can see in this image H that they have extracted the tooth, and followed by here you can see gap filling. They said something gap filling, right? So in the M image you can see that they have first filled the gap, because sometimes when you are placing the implant, not necessarily that much amount of gap is required, or not necessarily the implant size and the tooth size which you have extracted is same. So you need graft. So first they have placed the graft, they have inserted the graft, you can see in the N image, and then they have placed the implant. You can see placement of implant in N and O image, and then you can see further here in this image T, and lastly you can see here that it has been placed. But what you can notice is they have given a temporary prosthesis, they haven't given a permanent one. As they said earlier, as you read it earlier, that you're supposed to use the permanent one after 3 to 4 months, approximately 3 to 4 months you can count it as. And then you can see the continuation again of the fourth case. Few images you can see how it has been built, and here you can see how it looks like after the treatment. Cool. So clinical case 5. So gap filling prior to immediate post extraction implant placement. So here in the case 5 you can see this tooth. So in the second premolar gap filling, they are trying to explain that first it is similar to the fourth case, right? I hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. So in this second premolar case, you can completely understand that first they have done this gap filling, so that the extra amount of space which was there, that you have filled, and then you are placing the implant, so that the osseointegration process, that is easier and it takes faster, it won't take much time, it would be rapid. So here you can see in the G image it has been placed, and okay, so here you can see it was placed, and then this is the final product, how it looks like. No one can even tell that there was any sort of treatment done here. It is so much perfect. You can compare first premolar to the second premolar which has been placed, and to the molar as well. So when you're doing an implant, obviously it is a fixed one, and the patient is requiring the for lifetime, let's say. So you have to give the best option which they can have. Then you can see in the sixth case, class 6, this is case what I have been talking about in the first slide only, that molar side, whether it is possible to have an immediate implant in the molar side. So let's see what has happened in the clinical case 9, that is the first molar case. So here you can see there is some damage, what exactly it is. So here there was some restoration prior, that is silver amalgam restoration was there, which you can see distorted here. You can see in this image as well, in the B image. And then further you can see that what they have decided, even the patient and the doctor would have decided that they would extract the teeth. So they have extracted the teeth. You can see here clearly the teeth has been extracted, and here is what the picture comes. They have placed the implant, and they have placed the graft as well, so as to fill the area. And then here further in this images and this image, the radiographic image, you can understand properly that the implant has been placed, and so as to how many months the osseointegration process would take. So Further, you can see here in the Q image. I hope you can see it. Okay, sorry. Yeah, in this image Q, you can see here that it has been placed. The prosthesis, the final prosthesis has been placed, and let's go to the case 9, clinical case, sorry 9A, clinical case 7. So immediate post extraction placement of multiple implant in a mandibular posterior area. So is it possible? You only guys tell me whether, like, I have discussed some 6 cases, so I hope you can understand. This is also a different case here which we are trying to tackle. So here it says multiple implants, so multiple extractions you're doing. So just imagine that there is a patient coming to you, age 65 years, and he is having he is wanting to extract his teeth, the posterior teeth, mandibular posterior teeth, and he is wishing to have multiple implants. So is it possible, he is going to ask you, is it possible that you can do something sooner and not take much time? So what is the options you are left with? That is just one, that is implant, that is immediate post extraction implant, which will be convenient for the patient and for you as well, and obviously they'll go through less trauma because already it has been extracted and the area is still fresh, and you can, you know, just place the implant, put the graft, and see the best results possible. So let's see this case. See the A image, see the B image, that is radiographic image. That is case 7, second premolar and first molar. So you can see these 2 teeth. You can see these 2 teeth. Here they are planning to extract this teeth. So the teeth is being extracted. See, the teeth is being extracted, and here you can see in the image H. Here is the first one, here is the second one implant which has been placed, and then it has been grafted, and then in the final one, in the K image, here you can clearly see that it has been sutured. So see here, the available bone height in relation to the inferior alveolar nerve canal is 5.7 mm, apical to the premolar. Okay. So this is the continuation of the clinical case 7. You can see few images. So here it's placed, and in this image you can see finally after the placement and after the not the primary one, not the temporary processes, the permanent processes, you can see it has been placed here, and here in this image you can see the radiographic images, how it is going to look like. So moving forward, case number 8. So immediate post extraction implant placement in a mandibular premolar site combined with a connective tissue graft. So what does that mean? Here they are talking about 2 things. First is mandibular premolar site combined with a connective tissue graft. Okay, so let's see this case. Okay, so what do you understand with the image B and image C? Just tell me in the like comment, or just tell me in the comment section what did you understand with these 2 images here, B and C. So what you can understand through this is that the first premolar is being extracted here. You can clearly see the first premolar is being extracted here, and here you can see it is shown clearly, and then they have placed the implant. You can see the graft as well, they have placed it, tissue. Okay, and then it has been sutured. Okay, so here what is something important for you to take it into consideration is a dense connective tissue graft taken from the maxillary tuberosity area is then positioned in this side. So what does that mean? You have taken the some amount of soft tissues from the maxillary tuberosity area, and then you have positioned here. positioned in this image. You can see in the Q image, or you can see in the P image that it has been positioned, and then they have sutured, and this is the final product in the image R. You can see here that nicely you can see the implant has been placed. Okay, so moving forward, so there are some few more the images for you to understand. See, here you can see. Okay, so the ninth case, here it is about the aesthetic zone again. So why aesthetic zone and why tissue graft? Again they are saying associated with a connective tissue graft in the aesthetic zone. So here you can see in the lateral incisor there is a they are placing this implant in the lateral incisor, so obviously it is aesthetic. And then what they are doing is the same one which I try to explain you guys in the 8th case. So similarly here it is very easy for you guys to understand that here you have placed again, here you can see it has been extracted, and then you can see the tissue graft has been placed. Here you can see tissue graft has been placed, and further the implant has been placed. Okay, so that the healing would be easier, it would be faster compared to a regular one. Okay, so here there are some images, here you can see. Okay, so here in this image you can see the smile, you can see the tooth which has been placed, and how perfect it looks. So no one can tell that this person had no teeth here, and we have done this treatment which is immediate implant, so there was less trauma, and yet it looks so perfect. So in the 10th case, here you can see implant placement, extraction, and healed sites with subsequent immediate loading in the maxilla. So what does this mean? Okay, let's try to understand. So multiple extraction and healed site implant placement. Okay, so how many teeth are been extracted? You can see here there are so many teeth which they have planned to extract. Okay, so they have extracted the teeth and then immediate loading. So here you can see some teeth, here you can see this. Here in this image you can see the radiographic image. It would be very easy for you to understand. Okay, moving forward. So once they have extracted, you have extracted the teeth. So what you are planning next? You are planning to add a prosthesis for multiple teeth at the same time. So you are not planning for single teeth here, you are planning for many teeth. So accordingly what you are going to do, they have placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here you can see 6 implants which has been placed, and further okay, you can see here in this image and this image as well that they have tried to just check that how exactly it is going to look like once the implant has been placed. Okay, moving forward. So here, okay, here you need to understand that once it has been placed, all the implant has been placed, and they have sutured it, and they are making this ready, like the temporary one, and then they are making the permanent one ready by then. So by then we can try to understand how it looks like, the radiographic image looks like. So you can see how parallel it is, the distance you can notice that it is perfectly, usually it should be parallel, so yes, you can completely see that it is parallel. The distance between the two teeth, they have kept it proper. And then here you can see the post operative some images here. In this image you can see, this image you can see how it looks like once you have done the immediate implant placement for multiple teeth in the maxillary quadrant, that is okay, my maxillary arc, sorry. And moving forward, here they have taken the impression, and okay, so here comes the prosto work. So you can see how they have done the overall, you know, detailing of the prosthesis. Here you can see how beautifully they have done. Okay, so here you can see in this image that they are planning to fix it. They are planning to fix the immediate implants. So just see, just imagine that this patient was your patient, and he wanted multiple teeth to be placed, immediate implant to be placed, and he came with no teeth or maybe very less teeth, and you have extracted. And if you would have if you and as well as the patient would have opted for complete denture, he wouldn't have been that comfortable maybe or happy. But I guess when you have chosen implant over it, obviously there is some trauma and some amount of patience which you require, and even the patient shouldn't be having systemic diseases, which is really important for us to understand. So now as they don't have any, and they can have a perfect, he just see the smile, you can see then that he is having a perfect smile now, he's happy, and obviously the dentist is happy and the patient is happy. What more do you require then? So yeah guys, I would be ending up this session here. So I hope you guys understood, you people understood what immediate implants are and when you can use it, what is the difference between the two. And I hope this cases would have helped you at least a little bit. At least I'm hoping that you understood 60 to 70% what I tried to make you understand. And there is some points which you need to remember, that is the systemic conditions that I'll be keeping the next class or next to next class hopefully on this, that implant failure as well. Like when we are talking about the immediate implants or implants in general, we also need to understand what is the failure and what are the contraindications. So I hope you understood this 10 cases and it was really helpful. So what I would suggest you guys is that I'll be putting all the details related to IDS, that is Indian Dental Spa Group. That is all the exclusive updates. You'll be getting the Zoom sessions, you will be getting, as well as the YouTube, because Zoom the bandwidth varies, so it will be easier on Zoom or YouTube accordingly, we'll see. And I hope it was helpful for you guys. So thanks for watching, and do give us the feedback, and I'll put the email. I hope you guys have received the email and who have come through the whole brochure. So whoever has come here with the brochure, so I'll just show that here. Yeah, so this brochure here, you can see my name and you can see the phone number. So just a message here and you will be able to join the group, and you will be updated soon with the next session webinar. I hope it was helpful, and thank you.